Why do you think Hollywood is finally kind of waking up to the Judy Blume story?
Because I think the executives are old enough now so that they grew up on my books and they want them. It's a very different situation. I love it.
I personally think Margaret's probably one of your most beloved books. Were you hesitant or nervous or scared to turn it into a movie?
Yeah, for 50 years. That's why I waited so long. Amazing that I'm around to see this. I'm so grateful because it was just right. It just all came together. You know, for the writer of the book to say that about a movie based on the book is not your usual reaction. You know, and I love this movie. I'll do anything for it.
When did you first see it, and what were your feelings and reactions while sitting in the movie theater?
I was around from the beginning,
Okay.
you know, so I was there for 5 weeks when it was being shot, and I was there for 2 different sections of 5 weeks. And then, you know, I would see dailies, but seeing it all come together. Of course, the first time I saw it was on my computer screen, and my husband and I saw it together. I think my best friend was visiting, my best friend from junior high, and she's tough. She is tough. And when it ended, she said, "That's a good movie, Judy."
Throughout the book, Margaret is experiencing the highs and the lows of being a preteen. Like, she wants to get her period, she wants boobs, she's kissing boys, she's managing female friendships, she's talking to God. What were you like when you were a preteen, and what of you is Margaret?
Everything. I mean, so much of me is in Margaret. Although I came of age in the 50s, and this is written, I wrote it in 1970, and I had a young daughter then, younger than Margaret, but and so I'm so thrilled. I mean, it was the first question I asked Kelly and Jim, are you going to set it in 1970? Because otherwise, I'm not interested. You know, you cannot turn this into today. It would be completely different. But the feelings would be the same. And, you know, I mean, that's what connects us all. So that's why we can watch this and be part of it.
Why do you think so many of your books are for preteens? I feel like a lot of them are not even teenagers. It's at 12 to 13. Why did you write in that age range so often?
Oh, I think when I started to write, I identified so much more with the child I was and with kids in general, you know, than I did with the adult woman that I was supposed to be, but was still coming along. You know, I think that was just uppermost in my mind. If you know, scratch me and you would find the 12-year-old right underneath. And I have, you know, a memory. I can remember everything about it, what it felt like. Maybe I could remember better when I wrote the book than I can now, but I still can remember a lot.
Do you still get a lot of emails today or letters today?
Yes, not nearly as many as then, I think, because kids have so many more places they can go, you know, to find out answers to their questions. They can Google, what is this, and find out. It's, you know, it's not the same as sitting and talking with someone.
Right. I do think, though, even though kids have Google and YouTube and TikTok and all the other things they can look up today, they still do turn to you. Because even though the book's, like, even Margaret's set in the 70s, it still resonates today. Why
I hope
do you?
so.
Oh, I think so.
Because, you know, things change around us. Electronics change. The way we live might change. But what's inside, I don't think that changes so much.
Is there any chance ever we could get another Judy Blume book? Even if there's like is there like an almost finished manuscript somewhere sitting collecting dust? No ideas percolating?
I think it's more than that. It's that I don't want to be there. I've said what I need to say, and I'm very happy to be on this other side of it. It's so hard, you know, people don't know. It's so hard, and it's, I loved it when I was lost with the characters, lost in a story. I loved it, but it was really hard and sometimes very painful.
I'm sure.
To get those stories told.
All of these books are like a blueprint for going through your preteen years and your teen years. And now a lot of your readers who grew up with it, I'm in my 30s and a lot of them are in their 40s,
50s.
50s, 60s, and these are 20-year-olds probably who are reading them now. What is your advice to women who have grown up with your books, who are now in a different stage of life? What do you want them to know? And kind of just any advice.
Oh, you know how many letters I get asking me, please, please, can Margaret come back and go through menopause?
No, she's
so
12.
many letters. And I'm like, no, Margaret is never going through menopause. Margaret is always going to be 12.
Oh my goodness.
What do I want them to know? I want them to know that they're wonderful and don't give up, because determination is more important than anything in life, I think. You know, you can have all the talent in the world, but if you let the critics, you have to kick them off your shoulder. You have to kick the censors off your shoulder. And not just about writing, but anything, really.
Why do you think you don't want to look back and be like, this is what I'm leaving behind in the history books?
I don't know. I don't really think about that. I mean, it seems to me so weird, legacy. But I've lately been forced to think about it. So I think it's, you know, that my books have touched lives. And so I have touched lives. And what more could anyone ask for?